so I give him crap about it.
I am kind of taking a bunch of space up here.
I know. I don't know if anyone. Well, I think you're okay because you can see. Good morning, everybody. We're live.
What's up?
It's the Monday morning hangover, and it's Monday, guys. So let's
That
not.
is.
It's like we're doing the theme song.
We made it.
Yeah. So we
We
will.
made it on Monday this week.
We're gonna have a theme song one of these days.
Yeah. I'll write it.
Yeah. I could produce it.
Go for it.
And Tucker can sing it.
I'll just be there.
He can sing it. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll get
It can't be
Tucker.
us because people recognize our voices more.
True. We
In,
gotta
in
get
music.
we
Tucker
gotta
has
get Tucker. Listen, with modern technology, auto-tune, everything, it'll sound fine.
we're not gonna use your normal voice. We're gonna like pitch correct it.
That's
It'll be
all
like,
I ask.
yeah.
Nobody wants that.
It'll be like really deep. Like,
I don't want that. No one
Yeah.
else.
It'll be.
wants
We're gonna make
It's
Tucker
the
sound like-
morning, Monday morning hangover.
that. Just auto tune
Super
it
deep.
like a lot.
Yeah. Make him
Yeah.
sound like Barry White.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, the mic is on too. You turned
It is on.
That was.
I did turn on the mic.
I was thinking we might have forgot to turn the
I
mic
did
on this
all
morning.
of my jobs this morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey.
Wow. We're
It's Monday morning.
It's
It's
real-
9 a.m.
It's like working on things as we're starting.
yeah.
the
Let's
show.
just get to the
That's
weather
what
real
I
quick,
said.
and then we can chat. So, it's gonna be warmer. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's really fall and not winter yet.
That would be nice. It would be nice to have fall.
Yeah, so we're in the
Okay.
70s pretty much all week. I mean, it cools off a little bit at the end of the week, but let's just hit the highs for the week. 75 degrees today on Monday. Beautiful out. Tomorrow, 74 is your high. It doesn't really change much until we get into the weekend, and we're dropping Saturday down to about 63. Sunday, 60 for the high.
Okay.
Perfect.
Beautiful weather, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, it's
I mean, lows are above freezing during,
All week,
upper
pretty
40s,
much.
mid 40s, and then on the weekend it does get down to 30 and 28 for the lows. So, but that's at like 3 in the morning
Yeah.
when
If you're awake then.
And
I'm
your
sorry.
plants are already dead, so
Yeah, the plants are not.
what are you gonna do now?
Yeah, well, that's it's a good tip for the week. You know,
Yeah.
if you have a landscape watering system, it's time to turn that off.
Disconnect your hose.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Don't leave your hose. That's good advice. That's coming from us realtors.
Yes.
Which,
You don't break your pipe.
yeah, if you leave
Yeah.
your hose plugged into your spigot,
It's gonna be frozen.
it will freeze, and then you will have water when you turn your spigot on. You won't know
for a while.
until you turn the spigot on,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden your wall becomes a
Like,
spigot.
Yes.
That's right.
I've had that. I have some experience. So,
Do you now?
yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing.
And
But
if
anyway,
that happens to you,
Yeah.
we know good plumbers.
yeah, give us a call if you happen to.
We know some really good
And it's
plumbers.
really not
Take
that
care.
hard to fix, but it's like more of an
It's just-
beep moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
why we
something
need
you want to
that.
happen on a
One
Monday
of those-
morning.
We need that button.
Yeah.
So we're the Rockstar Group. We're realtors here in Prescott with West USA Realty of Prescott. I'm Josh Rice.
Kellen Hoskins.
Edward Tucker.
Together we are the Rockstar Group. So we're just hanging out with you this morning. It's Monday. We're recovering from our long weekend of working with clients and doing the things that we do.
Yep.
Great. I had a good weekend. I don't know about you guys.
I had a good weekend. Just kind of blinked and missed it.
I
So it's over now.
I was with clients most of the weekend, and then went to a birthday dinner on Saturday night. Went to Farm Provisions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If anybody's not been to Farm Provisions, they are on Montezuma Street, and is it Granite Street?
No.
Depending on which side, but
Sheldon
it's,
Extension.
yeah,
Is that what it's called?
it's-
Sheldon Extent.
Well, it's the
Yeah, it's
It's
Willis, Sheldon,
yeah.
Yeah,
Hybrid.
Willis. Yeah,
one of those fun roads
It's-
in the Prescott area.
it's that
that
road that
you
we
can
don't
find.
have any idea what it's called, but we know exactly where it's at.
Well, it's one of those things like Colin was just saying. Prescott's one of those weird places where you be on the same street, but it changes names like 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
So
like
depending on
both
where
of the
you're
main
at.
roads in town. Both, Willow Creek, which turns into Miller Valley, which turns into Grove,
Yeah.
and then you got Montezuma, which turns into
Whipple.
you go
What's
White Spar,
89,
Whipple,
White Spar.
Iron Springs, but they're all the same street.
And isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Weird.
just it's the same street. You just
Yeah, that's like what I'm telling people how to
Just I
how
know
to, how
that
to go
road.
out of town the back way. You know,
Right.
it's like you get to stay on this road. It turns into this road. Stay on the same road. You'll be on this road, and then
right.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, so
Speaking of real estate,
yeah, let's get into our market recap.
yeah.
things are weird.
Weird times in the real estate world these days.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been watching our weekly updates on Fridays, you'll know that inventory continues to struggle. I was hoping that people who were planning on selling this year were just going to jump on the bandwagon a little bit late in the year, but it's just not happening. Originally had thought that, again, we would have a more of an influx of listings as the fall was going on, but that just hasn't been the case. I think we came out of a small little spike in the market, and then
I think
we had, now we're jumping right into that holiday lull.
Yeah.
So it might.
There's some external factors going on.
Of course.
We got COVID still is
of course
an issue, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But that I think is putting a damper on it.
Well, that's what hurt us the most this year is people just were not comfortable putting their homes on the market. They didn't want people coming through their homes.
Yeah.
And they didn't know where they were going to go because this inventory shortage thing is not unique to the Prescott area. It is absolutely a nationwide trend that we're seeing. So it's not just here; it's everywhere, and it will eventually let up.
Well, supply and demand, right?
It's gonna let up. It's gonna be a thing that happens.
So, with that in mind, if you have a home in which you are interested in selling, it's a great time to be a home seller.
Yes.
There's a long line of buyers.
Yeah, you need to give us a call. If you have any interest at all of selling your home, we can let you know what it's worth, and talk to you about your situation and figure something out for you. Because it's definitely a good time.
Yeah,
to sell.
Very much so. Very much so. So
also, again, people often correlate issues with the real estate market with greater economic issues. Which I just want to help put people's mind at ease because it's simply not the case right now.
Yeah.
The stock market is again near an all-time high. As of this morning in early trading, up 400 points on a Monday morning, 29,479. So
more good coronavirus vaccine news is
exactly, and that's largely on more news coming out from the major pharmaceutical companies that say that they're getting closer and closer to a vaccine. Yeah. We'll see how that pans out, but it is certainly.
So the news this morning was
it's making headway for the stock market, which is great for our economy.
Yeah. Right? So the headline on the vaccine front was I don't remember the name of the company. It's like Manura. I want to say manure, but it's like. But
that makes sense.
It's one of these pharmaceutical companies, but anyway, 96% effective, and they can have 20 million doses out before the end of the year.
Well, I was seeing something that they have to be kept at a certain temperature.
That's the Pfizer one.
That's the Pfizer one.
So so the good news is, from what I'm seeing, and we're kind of just branching to COVID, which is okay because it's an issue.
It's what's driving a lot of these factors.
It needs some talking points here because people. The cases are up right now, but there's obviously more testing going on. And the good news is there's more treatments too. So
right.
But there's a lot of cases that get reported now that are asymptomatic. I'd like to know the numbers, which I don't hear, is number of cases that are symptomatic and number of cases that are asymptomatic.
Yeah, I haven't seen that number personally. So it might be out there, and I just haven't.
Yeah, I haven't heard it. The media doesn't report that.
Right.
So, but good news is vaccines. There's 2 of them right now that I know of that are even looking at emergency approval by the end of this month.
Nice. And
having doses out like this year. The thing is though, because I've had friends and family ask me, well, how do you get a vaccine? Well, we're not going to get a vaccine anytime soon. It's going to be frontline workers,
right? And even still, I'm
high risk individuals.
I'm a little skeptical. Color me that if you need to, but we've seen other projects rush to market,
right?
And they are now the subject of late night class action lawsuit commercials. And so. I'm always skeptical when I see something come. So, a typical vaccine for historically speaking, takes years of clinical trials and everything to come
Sure.
to market. And so rushing this from, it was literally just discovered about this time last year.
Yeah.
To now a vaccine is already
Well,
ready. It does
but here's the thing. I
give
totally
me
hear
cause
you.
for concern.
I hear you. But what they've done, I've read some about this, is because they've had that groundwork already done on all these other vaccines, it's created the framework to bring a new vaccine to market, if you would, or to the people.
Right.
Because they've already done all that work. It's not like brand new science. So the science is what's been done already, like what we use for the flu vaccine every year. It's the same science, but they're applying it to a new
I'm just saying,
virus they're fighting.
I'm just saying this was the beginning of the movie I Am Legend.
Yeah, I know. So here's
if
my other
zombies
thing.
come up.
But here's my other thing for that
If the
too.
real civil unrest is zombies in the next 6 months,
Yeah.
you heard it here first.
No, I understand. So my thought on a lot of that though is, hey, if I'm high risk,
Right.
a frontline worker, exposed to it all the time,
Right.
I'm probably going to get vaccinated as soon as I can. If you're not a high risk individual, and you're not frontline, you're not going to have a vaccine even available to you for a while anyway.
Right.
And honestly, I mean, my own personal opinion is, come June next year, or middle of the year or something, when it's available for us, if it's working, we're probably not going to. It's not going to be like, oh, you need to go get a vaccine because cases are crazy. It's going to be herd immunity is going to take over and it's going to be under control. What we can't have, what we don't want, what they're scared of is that the high risk individuals don't get vaccinated.
Right.
And then that's when you have the major complications. And so
Yeah, and it's the weird thing is it's such a hit or miss situation. Like my nearly 90-year-old grandmother contracted.
Yeah.
Up in Oregon where she lives, and all it made her was ornery.
Which she might have been before.
A little bit. She's 90. You get that opportunity when you're 90. You get to be ornery, and it just made her a little extra.
But I think, in all fairness,
hey, I was gonna say
it's just affected different people in
Yeah,
different ways.
that's
So
what I mean. It is so hit or miss.
Yeah. And she's higher risk too.
She is.
So that would be
I was super worried when
Yeah.
I heard that she had.
I just didn't want it to be like, well, it's heard on the Rockstar news. It's fine if you get it. It just makes you a little on.
No.
Like,
That's not what I'm
I was
saying.
like,
It's the
for her specifically.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. So
it's
disclaimer,
very
asterisk.
weird.
It's like
that's
Results may vary.
Hold on. Time out.
Your mileage
Hold
will
on.
vary.
Yeah, results may vary.
Time out. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I've heard cases are up. What's funny though is I used to watch COVID numbers like every day for a while.
Well, it was the only thing on. Yeah.
Well, now that the election's over, I don't look at it anymore.
The numbers vary. Again,
Yeah.
You hear
Election numbers.
COVID results
Varying.
So okay, let's just go on. Let's move on. We sent 4 astronauts
I'll concede.
to space yesterday. Did you hear me?
Yes.
4 astronauts.
I know you conceded.
And you know what?
conceded.
until you brought that up this morning, I had not even heard of it.
See, that's an issue, right?
Yeah.
We just sent 4 astronauts to space.
See, I knew they sent a rocket. I didn't know that there's actual astronauts.
First-
but it's sad that
first
it's not.
First fully crewed mission by a private company.
What a time to get off Earth.
Well, here's my thing. Honestly, I'm just going to tell the joke.
Was it Elon who sent him up? Or
Yeah,
what?
SpaceX.
All right.
So here's my joke.
Real life.
Get it.
We
Elon.
can send astronauts to space in a rocket, strapped to a rocket, right? But we can't count votes.
Right. I mean, the amount of math. Did either of you guys watch the movie Hidden Figures?
No.
Incredible movie.
I
movie.
started watching it, but I haven't finished it.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
Amazing movie. And the biggest I had 2 big takeaways. Like, man, these people's stories should have been told way before now.
Yeah.
And B, holy crap, they used to do that math on paper, son.
Yeah.
Like, on paper, they were doing the math, and chalkboards full of equations
Yeah.
with the tiniest amounts of variations means death.
And less technology that's in our phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is more powerful
than
what they used to send people to the moon.
But we still can't get a clear surveillance footage video from a bank.
Right?
Dude,
but we get clear shots of Mars.
well,
Like-
it is
Just-
money too. I mean, but hey, so we sent four, three
awesome.
American astronauts and one, I think it was a Japanese astronaut, I believe.
Okay.
Good on them.
And yeah, they're going to the International Space Station. I don't know what they're going to do there.
I mean, there's
You know,
nothing Tom Cruise.
I know. I was going to say.
Yeah,
he's going up there to film a
That's
movie.
the
soon,
that's
so.
the only thing I don't know. I mean, I know there's been a lot of crazy things that have come out of space travel. So hopefully something else cool will come out of it.
Yeah,
But,
and not a new virus.
yeah,
A space virus.
a space virus.
Listen,
Dude, we
Listen.
watch. Okay, so
okay, they're saying that
it's
there's
still
water
2020.
on Mars.
no, I love it. I love this
They're
conversation.
saying
because-
that there's water on Mars. There's water on the moon that they're finding. They're finding ice crystals, right? Here's one thing that we know. Everything that we know as biological life requires water. And what's the most basic, simple form of biological life? Virus. So if anything is surviving out there on Mars or on the moon, where
Yeah.
it's
all right,
not a tiny little green
scaring
man.
all of our viewers.
it's not a tiny little green man,
Take
it's a bug.
Take the aluminum foil hat off.
Yeah,
Oh no,
You're
sir!
scaring.
How do you think I'm protected from the
So-
space virus?
So
Just don't bring that crap home.
interestingly
Astronauts
enough,
and Tom Cruise.
So this weekend, me and my son started watching the Alien series of movies. So
Okay.
we watched Prometheus
All right. Bold,
And then-
bold choice.
and then
All right.
Alien Covenant right after that.
Okay.
And so yeah, we
Chronological order.
we're working that.
Interesting.
Yeah, rather than
We can
release
tell
date.
off on that
Yeah.
one. But
Yeah,
I'm
well,
with you.
no, but it
we
was
have a show devoted to all
exactly
of
that was my plug.
I
So
was like,
yeah, but it was kind of it was fun. It was pretty funny though because we had one of my son's friends over.
Oh, their parents love you now.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
I'm like, are
They're a
you
big
allowed
fan of the
to?
right
Are you
family.
allowed to watch this movie?
I was like, you're just making that choice.
Listen,
for
every kid in the entire history of the universe will lie to that question.
I know.
Are you allowed to watch this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm allowed.
but that's like okay. I mean, I asked the question at least.
Right.
I didn't just Then it was funny though because then it was fine for my 14-year-old and his friend, right?
Debatable, but okay.
Sure.
No, it was okay. They were okay. I mean,
Prometheus, yeah, until you get into like the actual alien,
yeah. Well,
they're pretty.
and here's the reason.
The prequels were pretty tame.
Here's the reason. Is because the originals were made like in what, the late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah.
I think 89
Yeah,
was Alien, right?
Yeah.
So back then, I think Alien is probably rated G.
But that's 80s. That's 80s G.
That's my point.
Yeah,
Is
did it come out? The question I always
That's my
ask.
point.
So when I
I
go into
know. I know.
when I go into old movies, I always ask myself, okay, wait, was this movie released before or after the invention of PG-13? Because before PG-13 came on the scene, PG was a pretty wide
Oh,
It was a
margin.
wide net.
You could get away with
Yeah.
a lot
Dude,
in a PG movie.
I tried to
You
pull
had
an
to
old movie
try
up
to
that
get
like
off.
I remember kind of watching when I was younger, and I'm like, oh, it's PG, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a pre
happens.
what
It
that's
happens
called,
way-
sir, is a pre-87 PG.
pre-87 PG. Yeah,
Usually,
like I'm pretty sure there was nudity and vocabulary.
yeah,
that was-
I'll be like, oh, I would remember. I watched this movie as a kid.
Yeah.
And everything put it on for the family, and it usually follows with, I didn't remember that part.
Dude,
Beetlejuice.
exactly.
I didn't
Oh,
remember
Beetlejuice,
that.
perfect example.
Perfect example
Yeah.
of that. Like
Yeah.
PG.
it's a little questionable.
Totally is.
So,
Do you have some Prescott history for us today, Tucker?
not really. I wasn't able to
Or a
actually
featured
find
business?
any history about the said building,
Okay.
other than what we can discuss as far as the different businesses that have been in
The
there.
curse.
Oh, so we're talking about the attic building?
You knew exactly what I was talking about. So
Well, because
the-
I'm familiar with
yes, the attic. It's located at 218 South Montezuma Street, Prescott.
that. So I'll help everybody out here. So
Yeah.
just south of Whiskey Row,
Yep.
on the same side of Montezuma as Whiskey Row, is the attic, and it's above.
What is it now?
So,
Haunted.
They're building a
historically, it's
juice bar there now.
Okay.
Below it.
It was the
It-
haunted.
It was okay. So it used to be. Everyone kind of remembers Coyote Joe's
Right.
Right.
being in there for a long time.
Right.
And so Coyote Joe's took up the whole building and upstairs and the outside patio. Okay.
Right.
And then it was Folsom, right?
Far
from
from
Folsom.
Folsom.
They had the whole building too.
Yep.
And then the upstairs used to be called Annie's Attic.
Yeah.
And that is now Annie's Attic is the attic.
Correct.
And
really, it's a really cool place. You
awesome.
Play there all the
You
time.
have practically the house band there. It seems like
it's a great music venue by night, and an amazing tattoo establishment by day.
Pete and Jamie are so friggin' talented.
Yeah, you look at their artwork and it's really, really good.
Not only are they super talented, but I just got to say something. They are they are super cool people.
Yeah.
Like they're just good.
Absolutely.
They're just good people.
Yeah.
And we've gotten to know them through the band playing there and whatnot, and they're some of our favorite people to go, and like they're the owners of the bar, and it's like it's just a cool vibe, cool relationship, and they're there, they're talking to the patrons, and it's a cool place. It really is.
It's a really cool place. It's been one of those. The building in general has just gone through a lot of iterations and different businesses
changes.
But it's a really cool place, really cool vibe.
They've actually been doing a pretty good job because it's that one building now has become 1, 2, 3, four separate businesses. So they have the attic upstairs, right below the attic. They had a restaurant in there, but it's actually been remodeled. They're putting a juice bar inside downstairs. Then also downstairs,
so the haunted kitchen.
The haunted kitchen's still there.
Still there.
Okay. Yeah. So the haunted kitchen, the restaurant, is now. It's like service window, waiter waitress type food.
Yeah.
But there's not an indoor sitting area for the haunted kitchen.
Okay.
And then you have the Montezuma Tavern, which consists of the indoor bar and the outdoor patio. Where they
That's
also
what I was going to ask you. The back
music.
patio that they have a lot of cool bands.
They have
and
music
everything
up there too. Yeah.
There, I didn't know who ran that part of it.
Yeah. So
it was Brick and Bones for a while.
Was Brick? Yeah. So it's been a lot of things. People have called it the cursed. Yeah. But really, I think that they split it up to some different
I think
establishments.
that was the right move.
It works better now because it's not one tenant trying to take on that whole space.
Right. It's a massive space.
Yeah. Because most people, they go downtown, they go to Whiskey Row, they don't historically haven't ventured more south.
Yeah, right.
But starting to change. They have Cuppers built that patio outdoor.
Yeah, there's the Hideaway Arcade.
The arcades over there. Yeah. So that.
There's a couple of really cool shops right there.
Yeah, so that they call it South Montezuma Somo District.
Yep.
And I think once
there's even talk of the Salvation Army, which I think has been an Achilles heel of that block.
Correct. It's not a best use of space, probably.
And there's been talk recently that the Salvation Army is going to be moving locations.
Gotcha.
And they're going to do some additional revitalization of that Somo district.
Yeah.
It's really cool because there's that Trax record shop.
Yeah.
It's down there.
Really
there's
cool
really
store
cool
there.
Stores that are down there, and people just need to keep walking.
And I think they will. I mean, if there's reasons to go down there, people will.
Yeah.
I know when we play there, it's crowded. People are there. I mean, there's a lot of good bands that play at both establishments. We actually went over there Saturday night. There was a band playing upstairs, and it's just a cool vibe in that.
Speaking of bands, what we got going on?
Well, there's some stuff, but I want to hit some more news real quick. So, congratulations to.
Oh yes, this is local news.
Local news.
Yes. Local news.
It's been a crazy year for high school sports, and I just want to congratulate the Prescott High School football team for making the 4A state playoffs.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
So they will play Cactus on Friday night.
I also saw that they beat Bradshaw, and so there's the
mayor.
The
mayor's had a bet going on. And in full disclosure, I am one of the coaches at Prescott High School. So
I was going to bring it up.
Yeah,
you might have a little something to do with that.
I'm a little biased.
That win.
I'm a little biased. The kids are great, great kids. We've had 4 really good games in a row. We started off pretty. It was tough. We were 0-3 to start the season.
Well,
it's tough losses.
I think just came back from an 0-3 start to make the state playoffs.
Awesome. So we're in, and hey, we're gonna give it all we got.
Yeah. So in normal years, the Bradshaw Prescott game's a bigger deal.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like and then all of a sudden, I saw the pictures of the
Well, you
wearing the
could,
Prescott
yeah, you
jerseys,
could,
and so it was
you
just
could
kinda-
tell, you could tell our head coach it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
He'll let you know otherwise.
Oh, I know it's still a big deal.
That whole week, man, it was like we have normal head coach,
Yeah.
and then the Bradshaw week.
Bradshaw week.
Right.
It's a different guy.
Human
It's
being.
a different guy.
Please,
I mean,
I understand it's still
love
a big
him.
deal.
Still a great guy.
Yeah.
Still a great coach that week. But you want to talk about intensity going up,
Yeah.
and it's okay. It's a rivalry
Yeah.
game. It's
Right.
it's the way it's supposed to be, and I'm sure Bradshaw had the same
way. Yeah.
the same.
Right, and like I said, please believe I went to Prescott, kids
Yeah.
go to Bradshaw, so I understand it's still a thing.
I
But
know
it's
you're-
like usually it's hyped up more before,
more-
and it's
Yeah.
From
and
the
people
from
are
a
able to
public
go
From a public
and-
standpoint,
Yeah,
well,
from
you know,
a public
COVID,
standpoint.
you know, this, you know,
COVID is ruining everything.
yeah, you know, then this, yeah, I could get started on.
Aunt Rona's in town and just kind of
Yeah.
ruins everything.
Yeah, Rona showed up, and you know, Aunt Rona, call her Aunt Rona,
Rona.
and you know, when Aunt Rona's in the bleachers,
She's a real
can't
B
have
word.
very many people with her.
She doesn't want anybody
ornery.
around.
She's ornery.
She's ornery.
Exactly.
So let's check out. Okay, so we got. Oh.
I'm gonna while you're looking this up, I'm gonna put in a shameless plug since we were talking about the attic.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a
Oh
shameless
yeah,
plug.
we need to plug. No, it's not shameless.
So
This is why we're
me,
here.
This guy and this guy, we have a podcast that we do. It's called Tucker and the Beard, and we are celebrating our 100th episode, and we are going to do it live at the attic.
Yep.
On the 28th, so the weekend after Thanksgiving. You're going to want to get out of the house and get away from your family. You've been cooped up all weekend, so come on out.
Come
Have a
listen to
good
us
time.
Talk.
Listen to us talk, and then this guy's band is also going to play.
Yes. Yeah. So
it's going to be a proper party.
it's
going to be.
we're actually just having a big party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the cool thing is we're gonna, you know, you guys are having your show before. I'm sure you'll have some special guests on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who that will be, but
No
we
one
will
planned
be
up to this
sharing.
point.
My favorite drink is a Gold Rush. I will have one of those with me at all times, hopefully
Okay.
that night.
All right.
Tips
driving home.
All right.
Uber's driving home.
Yeah.
If you haven't met Uber yet,
Yeah.
that's a safe thing to do. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun
Yeah.
because we're all going to be hanging out.
Yep.
And so get there early because they do have limited capacity.
Yes.
And it's a great opportunity to come out, listen to these guys,
And listen to
speak,
those guys.
and then
Listen
listening to.
Right. And we're gonna have
There's
some
going to be all kinds of
merchandise
surprises.
and-
It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
We're going to have a bunch of giveaways going on that night for
Oh,
other
yeah.
stuff, and it's going to be a super fun night.
It's gonna be fun. So that's
Awesome.
November 28th,
Yes. Yes.
and I believe doors will open 6:30, 7ish. So
Yeah.
so
we'll
get
get started
there.
around 7:30 or so.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna
I'm
be
really
awesome.
looking forward to that.
No, it's gonna be
By the way.
And it's going to be a live broadcast as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing something completely different from the podcast standpoint. You know, we've never done it in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
So
No, you have a live,
Could
we'll have a
be really
live
good.
audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could
Yeah.
be really good or really bad.
yeah.
Oh no, it'll
Crickets.
be fine. It's just it's
No, it'll
it's
be really
almost
good.
like a live remote show.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you're doing. You're like, it's because we'll be able to hear it in the room and then
Right.
streaming it.
Yeah. No,
And
it's
then,
gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's going to be super cool.
So other things going on this week. Wednesday night is my favorite thing in the world right now.
How was it? Did you
It's-
go this week?
Yeah, dude. It's,
Okay.
It's a blast.
Tell me
It's-
more.
It's music bingo.
Right.
And
So explain to somebody who's never been to music.
okay,
video
Right.
so everybody
How
knows
that everyone
name
knows how to
that
play bingo.
tune, right?
Right. Okay.
Right? It's basically name that tune.
So you got a bingo card with a bunch of
Song
song
names on it.
on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they play a clip, 30 seconds of the song, and you have to name that tune. And if you have it on your card, you stamp it,
Right.
Okay.
and they give you whatever pattern you're looking for that game.
Okay.
And you get bingo. You yell bingo, and
You want
All
a
right.
prize
you know
or whatever?
the first time I went was I had to talk to the guys running it because the first time we went there were some really cool rules. Like if you called bingo and you didn't have bingo,
You had to buy a round for the bar.
you're supposed to, but that's a lot of people.
And that's a lot of money.
So but they didn't. They have these
They
little
should have
gimmicks.
like a karaoke thing, like you have to get up and sing that song.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, and they
Right.
did do that. Like if you needed help, because they have the ability to scroll all the songs on the screen that have played.
Okay.
So you can check through.
Go back.
It's hard to do though. It's, you know.
Yeah.
But you can do that. So then what they do is someone needs help, then they have to drink something or do something, or it's like a truth or dare thing they do, and then they scroll the list for everybody. So someone's like
I'm into it.
The sacrifice for the team, you know.
Right.
It's a lot of fun. It's on a Wednesday night, so and it starts at like 7, goes like 7 to 10.
Okay.
So that's my entertainment spotlight for the week.
That's awesome.
It's going to be music bingo. They have it at right now. It's at the Gurley Street Sports Pub, which, interesting enough, I've lived here a long time. Had never been to the Gurley Street Sports Pub until this year, and it's kind of a cool little place.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is, obviously, but they have music bingo. So
and it's across the street from Ken Lindley and
if they didn't have
Museum of Indigenous People. Armory.
Well,
it's probably haunted.
I've been into the Gurley Street Sports Pub. As a minor.
Okay.
Not drinking.
So a little more.
We would play the occasional show at the old Armory. Because again, that was another one of those old music spots back in the 90s.
Back in the day.
And a couple times played a game of pool or two over there, you know, before a show, just to kind of chill before we go play.
I love it. So this tonight I get karaoke in Prescott Valley at Barefoot Bob's.
All right.
That's kind of cool. This weekend, Friday at the Birdcage, actually Friday and Saturday at the Birdcage, it is the Marvelous Mustangs, featuring Alex Holland with special guest Bruce Speakman.
Okay.
It's funny, the first time I read that, I thought it said special guest Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, you're like,
I was like,
dang,
he's coming to town.
The boss
is here.
The boss is coming back.
Either Prescott stock has gone way up, or Springsteen stock has gone.
Well,
way
but
down.
Springsteen has played here before.
Has he?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
So Springsteen and his gang were riding motorcycles through town. This is I think in the late 70s.
Okay.
It was like
or early
downtown
80s.
or something, right?
Yeah, Matt Saloon, dude. He came in there was a band playing. They jumped in. They played like a whole set with them, I guess.
That was before I was even.
That was that band's
a
big
questionable
break.
thought.
So we'll highlight that on another day.
Yeah.
But
just imagine being that band, like, hey, we made a break, we got a gig, and then the
This
boss
shows up
and takes over.
Hey, I don't think anybody was
bad.
complaining.
Well, that's like one of my favorite bands was scheduled to play in Prescott, and at the old Armory, and the promoter for the show, like, quadruple sold the show. They sold 4 times as many tickets as people could fit into that building, and the city shut them down. Yeah. And so that band just went and played a set down on the road that night.
Yeah.
And as a minor,
you couldn't
I couldn't
go.
I was so mad.
Yeah.
So at the Attic on Friday, 7th Guard, I guess is the name of the band.
7th Guard, okay.
I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. It's chill music from what it says in the description. At the Attic on Saturday night is Rachel plays guitar with special guests, the Chaccoons. Is that how you say that?
I have no idea.
It looks like the Chaccoons and Drew Hall.
Drew Hall. So I mean,
and I've not seen her yet.
If Drew's going to be there, you know
it's going to be good.
If nothing else, the music is going to be great.
Yeah,
because Drew is amazing.
I know. I'm assuming her name is Rachel, who plays the guitar.
I'm guessing that's a.
Yeah, I've not seen her show yet, but she's been playing. You know, usually bands that get rebooked,
they're okay.
They're okay.
Yeah.
So I might check that out Saturday. I don't know yet. And then I think that's it that's all I have for this weekend.
Yeah. All right.
Some of these venues don't post what they have going on this weekend. So
do that.
So if you're a patron of a venue that we don't talk about, let them know that we have this show. We have a free Facebook page called Spotlight on Prescott that we would love to highlight their shows. It's free advertising. We talk about it the week of to promote the show for them. And on Spotlight on Prescott, I am seeing the 100th episode party along with the 90th.
It's there.
It is. Yeah. So super excited. Should be a fun week as far as entertainment goes.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a beautiful week to be outside
it
during
is.
the day.
And please,
go to
understand that these establishments, entertainment establishments, have COVID rules and restrictions in place, and
right.
Be
please-
respectful.
please
of that.
respect that.
They're doing the best that they can. With the hand
Trust
that
me,
they're
they
being dealt
don't.
right now.
They don't want to have those. I mean,
Right.
if they could in any way get rid of those, they would.
Right.
I know
Just
this
like
weekend.
everybody else, man. They're doing the best that they can with the hand that they've been dealt.
Yeah,
right?
and try to get to the establishment early because there is limited seating. I know this weekend we couldn't get into 2 different places because
They were at capacity.
they were at capacity. And capacity on a lot of those smaller venues, it's not that many people when they have to be at like 50% of their normal capacity. So that's all I think I had for entertainment.
All right.
Anything else
Cool,
we want to
man.
talk about while we're here? My coffee was
I
good
got
thanks
none.
to my wife. And I forgot to take home my other cup, so I have this really cool
My
polka
coffee.
dotted coffee
I was
cup
like,
today.
My
mine's
coffee
just a little
is delicious and piping hot thanks to
Did your wife
my
make
friends
that?
at Distraction. My
Oh,
Keurig made this.
Distractions?
my
Is that-
Keurig made this.
Wait, is that a Distractions?
Yeah.
Nico,
I
what
got
the
that.
heck, dude?
I got the hookup.
Nico's got to give me one of those coffee mugs.
There you go.
Well, it's time to go to work, boys.
It is time to go to work. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out. If you have a question for anything, put a comment or send us a message. Give us a call.
Yeah.
We love you guys. We love our town. And if you're not living here, you need to move here. And if you live here and you, for some reason, don't like the house you're in or just want to sell it and make some money, call
It's a
us.
good time to
Please
do it.
call us.
We're the Rockstar Group. Take care.
Peace.
Yeah.